Today I wanted to talk about the process of learning. Learning isn't just a one-time act. Really, it's a mindset. It's a mindset that we have to engage in multiple times. Throughout the course of a week, you have multiple opportunities to learn jujitsu, not just on the mat, but at home, maybe studying and watching YouTube videos. But it's a process. It's a practice. So let's talk about it. Let's break it apart into three basic components. You learn something, then you review that thing, and then you refine it. And really, the process of mastery or true mastery is continuous refinement, continuous adjustments, continuous self-awareness, and how the technique works against a different person. Not just for yourself, but for yourself against a different person. And that's the unique part of competition or execution of a technique, is that your opponent has different weights, different sizes. Some guys, their shoulders are really big. Some of them, their arms are super long. Everyone has kind of a different body type. So that final process of refinement is the process of mastery. And really learning, again, it's a mindset. It's a continuous engaged activity, not just a one-time act. So let's think about each component. Learning, that's when you're learning something, it's usually something new, or you're learning it from someone as though it was something new. Now a different person could teach you the same thing, and you can learn new details, you can learn new information. So I think it's always important to have an open mind and to be engaged, even when you're learning something that in theory you've already learned, you've already had a chance to visit. Second, review. A lot of people, this is the step that gets skipped most of the time. People go from learning to refining, but they never really review the process, or they never review what they've actually learned. And they never go back and revisit what key points were made or pointed out when the instructor is talking about certain concepts or a certain technique. So don't hesitate to review. And part of reviewing, I think, is repetition. Repetition with someone who's just helping you do the technique. Repetition with someone who's giving you a little bit of resistance. Repetition with someone who's fully resisting. So review can come in many different ways. And finally, that process of refining. We talked about it a little bit, but refining really is the stage of mastery. And you understand the position, you understand the basic concept, you understand the technique, the movement. So now you're looking to refine it. You're looking to be more efficient with the transition, or how you're using, your hips or your body parts against somebody else. Refining can also mean, how is this technique going to work against someone who's bigger or faster, someone who's smaller, someone who's more flexible, or someone who's stronger. So that process of refining isn't just in how it works for you, but how you can use it to execute against somebody who's different, a different body type. Again, this is just kind of my basic ideas or my thoughts on practicing, on learning. The idea that learning isn't a one-part process. It's not a one-time act, but it's a continuous practice. And that's kind of what makes learning fun too, right? You can be engaged with the same material and revisit it a month later, revisit it a week later, or revisit it multiple times throughout your kind of jiu-jitsu journey, and pick up new details, pick up new things. But not just picking up new things. At a certain point, you get to refine that thing, right? That's where, just to add one more thing, in that refining component, I guess that's where the Q&A, the question and answer, can become really valuable. You have specific questions that you need answered, and that's going to help you refine what you've learned and what you've been reviewing for an amount of time.